Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to.
How is, it's like you're looking fine now. So is that as a result of marriage or rest of mind or happiness? So how is married life treating you?
You have to go and look for my old pictures when I was not married and compare it.
But you were young then. I've
When
seen
I'm
you
married,
this way.
and
It
make
means
your own mind, make
that
up your own mind.
no.
Because as far as I know, I am still the same person. Nothing has changed. Life is good when you have someone to share it with. But I had a good life even when I was single. So nothing has changed. I still get to do the things I want to do. I have a very good and understanding husband who supports me and allows me to express myself as much as I can. So nothing really has changed for me. It's
Okay. Now,
it's
so why? Let me even ask you this question. Let me even ask you, of all the men that you knew then, why did you choose Mr. Femi Ajulo? What was so special about him?
Anyway, I should remember that you are a soft sell.
Yeah, what
What kind of
was
question is
so
that?
special about him?
What kind of question is that?
I,
I met
I mean,
somebody. I
he
met
couldn't have
somebody.
been he couldn't have been the only man you met. So why did you eventually say yes to him?
Okay, for me, I think in every woman's life or every man's life, timing is always important. And if you have faith in God the way I have, I believe. When I got married at 50, I was 50 years old before I got married. And by that time, a whole lot of people had said, oh, she can never get married, nothing will happen to her. I was not even expecting to get married anymore because I just thought maybe marriage was not part of my plan. Do you understand? But when I met my husband, we got married less than a year. And it's for me, it means that was my own timing. That's God's plan for me. And I'm glad that I was able to wait. Because if I had married any of those people that you said I had met so many times, who knows what would have happened? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it was a good thing for me. It happened when God wanted it to happen. And that's
Okay.
why 8 years into it, you can't even see the difference about me marrying or no marrying because I don't have any stress at all. So I am thankful that I waited this long. You understand? If I had forced it and married earlier to somebody just simply because I wanted to get married, I don't know if I would still be in the marriage as I am now. So I would advise that people just seek God and wait for His timing. Don't feel pressured by society or whatever. God will bring the person who would accept you as you are and who would compliment you, who you also will add value to and will compliment because it's a two-way thing. Do you understand? But a whole lot of people rush into marriage simply because they are pressured, especially women, because they are pressured, they feel, my time is going, and quote unquote. So they settle for things that they know they may not be able to endure it. And unfortunately, many of those marriages don't work. And the ones that are still trying to patch it, they're so unhappy and all that. You don't need that in life. There's enough wahala in life for you to deal with. Don't add that to it. So marriage is a good experience, but believe me, I had a good life before I got married, and my life is still just as good, even after I'm married. So there's no until when I get married, heaven will come down. No, while you are single, let heaven come down, so that when you get married, heaven will come down too. It's the same. It's your choice to decide to have a good life, whether you are married or not. Do you understand? Because
Yeah.
marriage is not a purpose in life. God has bigger things for you to do in life, whether you are married or single. He has a vision for you. So don't make marriage your purpose in life. Because if you do, you delay, how do you call it? The things that God intended you for. So I was living a good life. I was fulfilling my purpose, single or married. And I'm still doing it now. That's how I see it.
When people are not married at a certain age, they tend to say, "Oh, there's no big deal about marriage." But when they eventually marry and they begin to enjoy the especially if they marry the right person, they now begin to sing a different tune. Why is it always like that?
I've never been somebody who felt there was no big deal about marriage. Even as I'm sitting in this marriage now, as happy as I am and as supportive as my husband is, I still don't think there's any big deal in marriage. Do you understand? Marriage is an experience in life. See, it's like traveling. Do you understand?
Yeah.
For a whole lot of people who have never stepped out of Nigeria, they feel once you go to that place, the whole of life and co, and then you get there and you realize that it's even after some time self, you just keep wanting to come back home. There's nothing that thing holds for you anymore. So wherever you find yourself, wherever you are in life, we all need to learn to live in the present. Okay? God created us for now. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If you are postponing and thinking whatever, so don't think that people are saying that as a cop out. Yes, marriage is a desirable thing. Marriage is a very desirable thing, and I pray that everybody who desires it will get to it. But the reality of life, Azu, is that not everybody is going to get married. That's just the reality of life. Do you understand? So we need to face the fact that marriage is not a qualifying experience. It's not as if it's a qualification that I failed to achieve. Once you have that attitude, you will never live your life in full. Marriage is just another additional experience you have in life. Do you understand? It is not a qualification to live. It is an enhanced addition to life, which we all desire. But if I don't get it, it doesn't mean that I cannot live and I cannot have a good life. Do you understand? Some people now are opting not to get married. Willfully. But society demonizes them, abuses them, and quanko. Let people choose what they see. All of us, we didn't create ourselves. What we should be doing in life is asking God to reveal to us what His plan is for us. The Jesus Christ we serve today, He never got married. He never married. Paul never married. Do you understand? Their lives didn't stop there. But society has now elevated this marriage thing to the level at which if you don't achieve it, there was something wrong with you. You must be this, you must be that. I know all the mess that media people used to say about me when I was not married. I just ignored it. Because that is their own impression of me. That's not my story. I know who I am. I know the person I have believed. And I know that I have purpose in life. My purpose is not marriage. And in scriptures, go and find it. I'm about to hold a webinar for young girls, young women. I even wrote a book. Look at it. See, I wrote a book for young women, how to discover yourself as a single woman. Because we are messing up the minds of our young girls. Do you understand? And making them feel as if they are nothing until they get married. That's not true. Marriage is the union of two wholesome people, not one damaged person. Do you understand? And another damaged person. You will damage yourselves. So as a single person, you should focus on discovering who you are, because you are a soul, a person, an individual, an entity. When Jesus created you, when God created you and you were born, the day you were born, they didn't born you with a rope to say you are going to be married to so person. You came here with a vision, with a destiny for yourself. Do you understand? That destiny is what you should pursue life to find out. In the course of finding your destiny, marriage comes into it. Children comes into it. For some people, it doesn't include marriage. But that doesn't mean they will find destiny. Do you understand? The society needs to start to understand that we have set some standards that we don't have the power to achieve. And because of that, people mess up their minds and they do wrong things and they don't have a good life, and they suffer all kinds of emotional and mental and whatever trauma, because society expects something of them that society does not have the power to give to them. Do you understand? So we need to all balance ourselves back again. Discover who you are as a person. When you have found that person, you understand that person, you are able to live with that person, you will make impact in life. That is the essence of life. I tell people, I used to be a preacher. In scripture, there is, when you read through the book of Chronicles, there are a whole lot of people that God wrote about them there. He will tell you, this person came and begat this, and died. Amnon begat so, and died. This person begat so. You know what we call them in those days? We say that is the generation of begat and died. They only came, begat somebody, and died. That was the essence of their lives. But right in the middle of that story, you hear the story of Jabez, who felt that God should do something with his life more than just to begat and die. And the scriptures captured him that he did excellently well. So people, you choose whether you want to be a begat and die, or you want to be somebody who walked through this life and you made an impact. Do you understand? You can make an impact as a single person or as a married person. It doesn't matter. That does not. There are two parallel lines, is what I'm trying to say. There are two parallel lines. Do you understand? The purpose for your life is this. Marriage and children and all this other thing is this. Sometimes they would meet for most people. But for some people, they just never meet. Do you understand? If you now jump from the purpose line onto this marriage line thinking that that is your purpose, that's when trouble. So nobody should feel, it's a good experience. Anybody who trashes marriage for you don't know what they're talking about. It's a fantastic experience. It's something we should. Bible says marriage is desirable in all, and the bed is undefiled. That means it is a desire everybody should have. Okay? But the fact of life is that that desire may not come to everybody. So if we now make it the purpose of life is to marry, and then people don't achieve that purpose, they'll feel their life is wasted. And that's not the reason why God created them. They should find what God created them to be that thing. Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing, that every other thing includes marriage, will be added on. It's an addition. It is not a purpose. So that is the real truth.